You wake up one day and your arms feel a little weaker. You bend to tie your shoes and your knees don't support you like they used to. You try to pick up your grandchild and suddenly your strength is gone. Not all at once, quietly, slowly, silently, like a candle fading before it goes out. This is muscle loss, and it's happening to you, to all of us, as we age. But what if I told you it's not just a physical problem? What if I told you that your body forgetting strength is a sign that your soul is hungry? In Buddhism, we are taught that the body is a temple, but not one made of stone. A temple of discipline, of nourishment, of balance. And when that temple crumbles, it's not just due to age, it's due to neglect. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you thought of muscles as a spiritual responsibility? When did you last consider that keeping your body strong might be an act of compassion? Not just for you, but for those who depend on you, your partner, your children, your grandchildren. Because losing your strength is not just about you. It's about what you can no longer hold, carry, or protect. In Buddhism, we call this the illusion of separation. You think your body is separate from your spirit. You think your health is separate from your thoughts. You think your food is just fuel, not wisdom, but you are mistaken. Because just as meditation sharpens the mind, food awakens the body. And there is one food, one sacred nourishment that your muscles are crying for: protein. But not just any protein, the right kind. Clean, balanced, rich in essential amino acids. In ancient Buddhist traditions, monks would drink warm soups brewed from lentils, fermented soy, mung beans, barley, and rice, full of life-giving power. Not to grow big muscles, but to preserve the temple. Because when you lose muscle, you don't just lose power. You lose mobility, you lose independence, you lose dignity, and eventually, you lose life. Listen closely. After the age of 30, you lose up to 5% of your muscle mass per decade, even faster after 60. By the time you feel weakness, you're already deep in decline. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can change everything, starting today, with one meal, with one bite, with one sacred act of self-respect. Buddha taught, to keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our minds strong and clear. So why do you skip breakfast? Why do you fill your plate with sugar and bread instead of strength and life? Why do you wait until your body screams before you finally listen? Let me share a truth. The same way a monk trains his mind with meditation, you must train your body with nutrition, not with pills, not with powders, but with real food, with eggs, tofu, beans, oats, quinoa, yogurt, salmon, and clean water, with calm eating, mindful chewing, gratitude before every bite. You must honor your body the way a monk honors silence. Every meal is a meditation. Every bite is a prayer. And your muscles, they are your disciples, waiting for you to guide them, feed them, move them, because strength is sacred. So if you're over 50, over 60, or even over 70, don't fall into the trap of it's too late. That is a lie, a trick of the ego, a poison to your path. The Buddha was never young when he reached enlightenment. Wisdom comes with years, and so can strength, but only if you choose it. You must rise early, not just for sunrise meditations, but to prepare nourishing meals, to stretch, to walk, to lift, to breathe deeply. Not because you fear death, but because you respect life. Remember this, your grandchildren are watching, your body is listening, and your spirit is waiting. Feed them all wisely, because without this food, your muscles will vanish. And with them, your purpose, your independence, your vitality. But with the right food, the sacred fuel of your soul, you can walk taller, hold stronger, and live longer. Not just as an old body, but as a wise warrior, a mindful elder, a quiet monk with fire in his bones. Choose strength, choose nourishment, choose life, and eat as if your future depends on it. Because it does. You don't need a mirror to know that something's changing. You feel it when you wake up. The stiffness in your back, the weakness in your grip, the way your body moves slower, heavier, more uncertain. But the scariest part isn't the pain. It's the quiet disappearance of your strength. Your muscles are vanishing, slowly, secretly, and most seniors have no idea why. But let me tell you something powerful. In Buddhism, there's a saying, decay is inherent in all things. Work out your own salvation with diligence. This isn't just about spiritual salvation, it's also about physical preservation. Because what is your body if not the sacred vessel for your spirit? What good is wisdom if your legs cannot carry you? What use is peace if you can no longer lift your grandchild? This is why your body matters. This is why your muscles matter. Most people over 60 are starving their muscles without even knowing it. Skipping protein, eating sweet, empty meals, living sedentary lives thinking, well, I'm old now. This is just what happens. But that's not what the Buddha taught. He taught mindfulness in every act, especially in what you feed your body. In the monasteries of the East, monks don't just meditate, they nourish with balance, with intent, with sacred food. And if you want to keep your strength, your balance, your independence, your freedom, you must do the same. Let me ask you, when did your meals become rushed? When did your body become an afterthought? When did you stop believing that you could still grow stronger? This isn't about looking young. It's about living wise. It's about understanding that muscle isn't vanity, it's survival. After 50, your body begins to burn away muscle unless you fight back. By 70, many have lost nearly a third of their strength, and they call it aging, but I call it neglect, because there is a way to reverse it. Not with magic, not with surgery, but with discipline. The same discipline monks use to master their minds. Your weapon? Real food, clean food, complete proteins, not sugary cereals, not toast and jam, but eggs, beans, tofu, oats, lentils, yogurt, fish, seeds. These are not just ingredients. They are tools of transformation. Add to that movement. Daily walking, light resistance training, gentle stretching, and suddenly your temple begins to repair itself. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are simply distracted from what matters most: your health, your peace, your presence. Buddha once said, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth. So why do we throw away that gift with every processed meal? Why do we surrender our power when we still have time to rebuild it? Let me share something personal. There are elders in small monasteries in the Himalayas, deep into their 80s, who rise every morning before the sun, not just to pray, but to stir a pot of lentils, to walk the temple garden barefoot, to carry water from the river. They are not young, but they are alive, rooted, grounded, powerful, because they respected the sacred connection between food, movement, breath, and being. You must do the same. Stop eating like you're dying. Start eating like you're preparing for another 30 years of clear, vibrant life. Eat with gratitude. Move with reverence. Rest with intention. And most importantly, believe that it's still worth it. Your muscles may be disappearing, but so is the illusion that you have no control. Take it back. Take it all back. With one good meal, one long walk, one breath of awareness. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember this. The monk is not powerful because he is young. He is powerful because he is aware. So be aware. Be strong. Be whole. Feed your muscles. Feed your soul. And grow. Not just older, but wiser, stronger, and more alive than ever. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 10 years from now. You try to rise from a chair, but your legs hesitate. You reach for a jar on the shelf, but your arm trembles. You want to play with your grandchild, but your back says no. This isn't just aging. This is the slow erosion of strength, the kind of strength you didn't even know was leaving. It doesn't scream, it whispers, it disappears 1 inch at a time. One skipped protein, one day without movement, one careless habit, until suddenly you feel trapped inside a body that no longer listens to your will. But what if I told you this is not your fate? Buddhist wisdom teaches us a profound truth, that suffering begins with ignorance and freedom begins with awareness. The question is not, am I too old? The real question is, am I awake enough to change? And if you are here, listening, breathing, then the answer is yes, because you are not a victim of age. You are a guardian of time, and your body, even now, is listening to how you treat it. Think of your muscles not as tissue, but as your body's memory of movement, love, and life. When you lose them, you don't just lose strength. You lose parts of your story. The walk with your partner, the hugs you used to give freely, the independence of cooking your own meals, bathing alone, climbing stairs without help. These are not small things. These are freedoms, and freedom must be protected, like a monk guards his silence. You see, in Buddhism, there is no separation between the physical and the spiritual. To neglect your body is to neglect the vessel that carries your spirit. The monks understand this. That's why even the eldest among them begin each day with ritual: washing, walking, bowing, breathing, eating with full attention. They eat not for pleasure, but for purpose. What do you eat for? Do you eat to live, or do you eat to numb yourself from feeling? Because here is the hard truth. What you put in your body becomes your fate. Sugar, bread, empty food. These are not comforts. They are thieves in disguise. They steal your strength. They rob you of clarity. They sedate your potential. And in time, they destroy your temple. But there is still time to rebuild it. Not by dieting, not by starving, but by honoring. Honor yourself by returning to food that gives life. Eggs, legumes, nuts, greens, seeds, water, lentils, fermented foods, plant-based proteins, lean meats, if your path allows. Simple meals made with care and peace. And more than what you eat, how you eat, slowly, mindfully, gratefully, because every bite is an offering to your future self. Your body is waiting for your respect. It is waiting for you to stop treating it like a burden and start treating it like a blessing. Do you know what happens when you do that? Your cells wake up, your muscles remember, your balance returns, and your spirit, oh, your spirit rises again like the morning sun. This is not a fantasy. This is biology aligned with wisdom. This is modern science bowing to ancient truth. Because yes, studies show seniors who eat 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, who walk at least 20 minutes a day, who resist the temptation of comfort food, can reverse muscle loss and reclaim energy. But Buddhism shows us why we must do it. Not out of fear, but out of love. Not to look young, but to live fully. You see, the body and the soul are not two, they are one. And every time you lift a spoon of nourishment, you're lifting your spirit. Every time you take a step, you're stepping toward freedom. And every time you choose movement over stillness, you're choosing life over slow death. Let that sink in, because one day your time will come. But until then, you must rise. You must fight, not with violence, but with presence. You are not weak. You are simply waiting to remember who you are. You are the mountain, not the mist. You are the fire, not the ash. You are the stillness that bursts the storm. And even now, yes, even now, you can build strength, not just in your arms, but in your soul. So eat, move, breathe, stretch, laugh, rest, repeat. Live like your life still matters, because it does. And when you do, you'll no longer say, I am old. You'll say, I am still becoming. And that is the most powerful thing of all.